News that's just coming in. Israel, in fact, has now intensified its attack against Gaza. 400 terrorists have been killed so far in Gaza by Israeli army. According to Israel, all the symbols of Hamas rule at the moment are under attack. There will be heavy fire that will intensify in hours to come. There is currently no additional threat in the northern area. There are air and ground forces. We are ready in all sectors. This is a statement which is now coming from the Israeli forces. 400 terrorists have been killed in Gaza by the Israeli army.
We've so far targeted 500 targets, among them houses of the commanders of the Hamas, all of the governing centers of Hamas, including buildings that are used for governance. And we will continue with the attack. There are hundreds of terrorists that have been killed, and many have been captured. We've killed more than 400 terrorists in Gaza, and we have tens of terrorists in captive.
One can very clearly see that the retribution from the Israeli side has been extremely swift. And this is exactly what the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, had said. He had said that now they are gearing up for a war, told the citizens to buckle up, and also said that this attack is something that they will not forget, and revenge will be something which will be swift. Revenge is not only swift, it in fact is extremely targeted and focused. The visuals that is now being released by the Israeli army very categorically shows those buildings are being targeted, which according to Israeli government houses Hamas, people who belong to the Hamas organization. Joining me on the broadcast is Yaakov Katz, the former editor-in-chief of Jerusalem Post.
Hi.
Hi. Yaakov, I would like to start by asking you, the retribution has been extremely swift, and this is exactly what the Prime Minister had also said. Benjamin Netanyahu very clearly said that the retribution will be swift, it will be very focused, and they will make sure that they bring all those people who are involved in this exercise, all of them will be brought to justice.
Yeah, look, Israel is responding to this attack that was forced upon it. Israel did not want this war. But yesterday, 1,000 Hamas fighters and terrorists armed to the teeth came in. They were not looking to attack Israeli soldiers. They went into Israeli communities, into homes where people were sleeping, elderly, young, old, men, women, children, and just murdered as many people as they could. We have hundreds of Israelis who were just murdered. We have about over 100 who have been taken hostage and abducted by Hamas in Gaza. This was something the likes of which Israelis have never seen before, and Israel now is defending itself as any country would against a murderous Islamic terrorist organization.
Yaakov, for many, this unfortunately is bringing back horrific memories from almost 50 years ago. Do you believe what we are seeing now, the visuals that are coming onto the screens, this actually will scar the people for the next 50 years?
Look, I think that what happened 50 years ago, it was the Yom Kippur War that began in October of 1973. And that was a war that took Israel by surprise, a war that the Syrian military, the Egyptian military invaded Israel. Israel was unprepared. There was also then an intelligence failure, an operational failure. And we thought that we learned those lessons. But we saw yesterday is that unfortunately there are still those challenges, and Israel was caught by surprise for a number of reasons, and we will have time to inquire and investigate and determine what happened. But for now, this is a war to defend our home, and we are sending our children and ourselves to go fight to be able to defend this country and for Jews to be able to live here safely in our ancestral homeland.